Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing the A to Z book tag, and I was actually tagged for this one. I was tagged by the Story Magpie, and I will put her video up here so you can go check that out, as well as it will be in the down bar too. This is kind of a long one. It's A to Z, so it's 26 questions, so let's get started. A, the author you've read the most books from. That would be Lauren Willig, and I have read 15 of her books. B is the best sequel. I don't know. I guess maybe The Chamber of Secrets. I feel like most of the time I like the first book in a series better than the second book. I don't know. The second book didn't always live up. I don't know. I'm just going to go with Chamber of Secrets. Alright, C is What Are You Currently Reading? And that is... put them really far away from me. My True Love Gave to Me, edited by Stephanie Perkins. And Neil Gaiman's Stardust. D, drink of choice while reading. I think we all know that's tea. E, e-reader or physical book. Definitely physical book. I don't even own an e-reader. F, fictional character that you would have probably dated in high school. I'm going to say Ron Weasley because I've always liked them sort of dorky and hilariously comic relief-esque. I don't know. That's just me. G is the book that you're glad you gave a chance, and that would be Watership Down by Richard Adams. And this book is definitely one of those books that it took a while to get through, but even though I didn't think I was going to be able to finish this one, or it took me a while to finish it, when I finally got like towards the end of the book, I read it really fast, and I'm super glad I finished it because it was a really good book. It definitely has some dry parts in the middle, but it was definitely worth the read. H is the Hidden Gem book, and I would say that is State of Wonder by Anne Patchett. This is a book that it's had some good hype, and I think that her books in general are underhyped because she's a fantastic writer, and State of Wonder is, I want to say, her newest book, and it lives up to Bel Canto. Bel Canto is by far, in my opinion, her best work. This is her second best work. It is fantastic, and I loved the world she created, and there were some twists that you didn't see coming, and it was just really interesting and fantastic, and I would recommend it to anyone. I is important moment in your reading life, and that would probably be the discovery of the Boxcar Children, because I loved that series, and I'm pretty sure that it had it not been for the Boxcar Children, I wouldn't be such an intense reader, because I loved those books so much as a child, and I would just read and read and read them. J is Just Finished, and I just finished reading, looking through whatever, Young House Love, and this is a book that is like home improvement stuff and little like craft projects and things, and it's by the people who write the blog Young House Love, and it's fantastic. It's a beautiful book, and I found lots of really great house improvement and craft projects out of this. K is kind of book that you won't read. I don't really think there's any kind of book I won't read. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of graphic novels. I just never really got into them. But that doesn't mean that in the future I wouldn't. So I would never say I wouldn't read any certain kind. L is longest book, and that would be Count of Monte Cristo. It is 1,200 and something pages, and it's definitely the longest book, but my favorite. So, you know, it's great when your favorite book is the longest one, because then you just get so much more of it. M is major book hangover. Oh boy, that is another Alexander Dumas book, and that would be Louise de Valerie, and oh my gosh. This one actually, of the middle ones in the D'Artagnan romances, was really good, but I'm pretty sure I didn't read a book for like 3 months after I finished this, because I had been reading the D'Artagnan romances for like 2 years or something, and it's a lot. They're thick books. It's just heavy, I think, and while it was interesting and I'm glad that I read all of them, this one gave me such a book hangover, and I was just like, I need a break from reading. And I don't think I read The Man in the Iron Mask, which is the last one in the D'Artagnan romances, for another year or year and a half. So yes, serious book hangover here. N is how many bookcases do you own? I have 2 dedicated bookcases, but I also have books strewn across several other bookcases or, you know, my sofa table, all kinds of places that I have books that are not bookcases throughout my house, but only 2 that are dedicated bookcases. O is one book you've read multiple times, and that's anything in the Harry Potter series. I'm not a huge rereader, I've said that before, but Harry Potter is definitely something that I reread for sure. P is preferred place to read. I'll read anywhere. I definitely read in my bed a lot. I read in the corner crook of my couch a lot. That's probably my favorite place to read. But I read in the bathtub, I will read at lunch on my break. Sometimes I will read in restaurants if I'm by myself. So basically I always have a book with me and I will read anywhere. Q is a quote that inspires you or gives you all the feels that you read in a book. And that is this quote. R is reading regret, and that is the Maze Runner series. I can't have that several weeks of my life back. I just can't have it back. Series that you started but need to finish, that would definitely be the Song of Ice and Fire series. I have only read the first one, Game of Thrones, and I really want to finish it. I just haven't put forth the effort to do so, and it's definitely on my list of things to pick back up in 2015. T is 3 of your all-time favorite books, and these are in order. 1 would be The Count of Monte Cristo, 2 would be The Bel Canto by Anne Patchett, and 3 would be Ready Okay by Adam Cadre. U is Unapologetic Fangirl, and that is definitely Harry Potter. I have Harry Potter jewelry and clothing and art and everything. I am just a fangirl for Harry Potter. V is very excited release. I've said before that I don't really pay much attention to release dates or things that are coming out. I am looking forward to the next book in the Lunar Chronicles, so I guess that one, but there's nothing that I hugely anticipate. I tend to just pick up books as I see them or hear about them. W is worst bookish habit, and you can tell by like the spine on this one what one of them is. I am terrible about like flattening my books out or bending the covers back. I'm not easy on books. I will take them in the bathtub and end up with wet covers and pages, and it's probably shameful, but that's just how I read. All of my books are well loved. What can I say? X marks the spot. Start at the top of your bookshelf and count to the 27th book, and that was the Bhagavad Gita, and I was like, oh yeah, one of those books that I read in my religious studies classes. I took several religious studies classes in college, and the Bhagavad Gita was one of them. I really enjoyed this. It's definitely a nice read and interesting and something you can learn from. So that was the 27th book on my bookcase. Y is your latest book purchase, and that is not actually here yet, and it's a little shameful that I bought it, but I purchased the UK edition of My True Love Gave to Me from the Book Depository, and it's not here yet. So now I'm going to have the American and the UK edition, because let's be honest, the UK edition is just too beautiful, and I wanted it. Yeah, I did. And Z is Z Snatcher, the book that kept you up at night reading it, and that was Ready Player One. I couldn't put this down, and I lost lots of hours of sleep on work nights and was exhausted, but it was totally worth it because this book rocks. Alright, so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much to the Storied Magpie for tagging me. I definitely enjoyed doing this tag. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Oh, I forgot to tag people. I don't know who's done this video so far, so I'll have to check and see, but I will add the people that I tag in the down bar, so go check that out.